I'm Michelle Barone.
And I'm Mark Malone.
And it's time to wake up with my favorite bank, Rhinebeck Bank.
Happy Monday.
Yes, happy Monday. I have to tell you, we have a really important guest. I know every week we have important guests, but today this guest has brought together a very small group of people that has made an enormous impact on our county, Dutchess County.
And we're talking about tourism.
We are talking about tourism.
I don't know that a lot of people know the amount of work and effort that's involved in bringing people from outside of our area into Dutchess County. Helps a lot of our local businesses, the local economy, and there's just a lot that goes into it.
There is, and they've brought in a tremendous amount of income too.
Absolutely. I think we're going to hear an announcement today about how much income.
Yes, there is an announcement today of a new number, and it's higher than ever, so I can't wait to hear it. And without further ado, I'd like to bring out the president and CEO of Dutchess Tourism, Inc., Miss Mary Kay Vrba.
Hey.
Hey, Mary Kay.
How are you? It's so nice to be here.
You too.
Mary Kay, welcome.
Thank you
Thanks so much for joining us today. Please have a seat.
Please sit down. Thank you so much for coming. And how do you like the set? I always have to ask.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's comfortable. It is very comfortable.
Yeah, no, and you guys make it better.
Well, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, well,
We try, definitely,
No, it's all
definitely.
good.
So talk to us a little bit about Dutchess Tourism.
Well, Dutchess Tourism is really one of the economic engines of Dutchess County, and many visitors come. And when they come, they stay overnight. When they stay overnight, they spend money.
That's right.
And we really like that. And
So heads in beds.
Heads and beds. I've heard that before.
yes, heads in beds, seats in seats. We
Yep.
really want to fill our restaurants. We want to fill our historic sites. We want to make sure that, everybody's doing well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know you do so much for the local economy, and I have to tell you, I was at Vanderbilt last week, and I saw two big buses pull up, 60 people in each at least, and I heard they were from the efforts of Dutchess Tourism.
Well, we do a lot of travel shows.
Yes.
We go to a lot of trade shows. Dawn Hopper in our office is out all the time, whether it's at American Bus, National Tour Association, IPW, World Travel Mart. We're out there trying to go, because when a bus comes in, like you saw, and stays overnight, that has over a $15,000 impact on our
Wow, from one bus.
You were mentioning off camera that you're going all around the world.
Going around the world. This year so far we've been in Australia, we've been in London, we've been in the UK, all to sell the Hudson Valley and Dutchess.
Well, you have a compelling argument. There's a lot to do here: history, culture, art.
Well, you can do it all in Dutchess.
That's right.
And really anywhere anything that you want to do, any interest that you have, if it's the cultural arts, if it's history, if it's culinary, if you're a foodie,
You have a couple of those here.
I'll tell you, what's interesting too? I don't think people realize how much there is to do. They should visit the website to check out. If you're ever bored on the weekends, don't be bored. Check out, what's the website name?
DutchessTourism.com.
There you go.
And you can also sign up for our e-newsletter, so once a month you get everything that's coming up. But we just have so many events on our website. I mean, right now we've had almost 750,000 visitors come to our website, 3,000 a day almost that are coming, looking for events, looking for things to do, places to visit.
I feel like there's always something going on.
Always.
Somewhere in the county, there's something
Absolutely.
happening.
And people say that there's nothing here, they haven't looked very far. So
They haven't looked on your site.
Yeah, DutchessTourism.com. We keep it up to date. We've got somebody devoted to putting up their events, which is another thing that, oftentimes people get so wrapped up in preparing for events, they forget to tell us that they're happening.
I know.
So we
That's so funny. That's hysterical.
It's true. Even businesses, they gear up and they forget to say, hey, we're here. We're the people that can help promote things, and we're the people that can list things, and we can help them with
That's a great tip.
So,
So if you have an event, let you know. And how can they do that? On the site?
they can do it, DutchessTourism.com. Just go on site, but send us an email at nancy.dutchesstourism or info.dutchesstourism.com. Call our office, send us a note,
Very
stop by.
Excellent.
Now, you do have a team of 5, right?
I do.
And give us the number. I'm waiting for this big announcement
Well,
here.
visitor spend in 2015 was $528 million.
Woo! $528 million.
That's a big number. It's up from 508 million the year.
I like to see that it's growing.
Yes.
That's even better.
Yes.
We're employing people, almost 10,000 people in Dutchess County.
So what are some of the strategies? You mentioned the shows that you do. What are some other strategies that you implement to bring the tourists into the county?
Well, we have a great advertising and marketing firm, BBG&G, that work with us. And so I'm a person that, yes, digital is very important, but to me, you got to have a really mix approach on that. You got to have some print, you got to have some social. So we're in all the major magazines with ads and like Oprah and More and Ladies Home Journal and all that.
Awesome.
We're in the New York City market. We do TV ads in the New York City market. So some of our local residents have acted as models in our videos.
I was a model once on the walkway.
Yes.
Were you really?
Yes, I was.
Yes.
That was fun.
So, so we have a big advertising and marketing campaign. We're at travel shows. We host travel writers. This year alone, we've hosted well over 75 travel writers that come in, and, our businesses help us. Our hotels provide overnight stays, our restaurants provide meals, and then we get articles published, whether it's in National Geographic Traveler in the U.S. or the U.K. We've had several articles in Chinese publications. We've got some good articles over in Australia, and in fact, now even one of our local products, Crown Maple Syrup, is being sold in one of the high-end department
That
stores.
is amazing.
Imagine not having all these efforts
That's amazing.
to bring tourists in. And we have the transportation, so it's easy to get here.
It's easy to get here, and now, we're right in the midst of our Farm Fresh programs that we work with Amtrak and Metro North, and people can come up on the trains on the weekends. We have buses waiting. We take them out to pick apples. We take them out to the distilleries. We take them to the cheese farms.
And growing up in the Hudson Valley, those are all things you take for
You
advantage.
do, for granted. You do. You really do. You can go apple picking in October, September. It is beautiful. It's my favorite thing to do all year. And we just go pick a bunch of apples. I mean, truckloads like it's nothing. Most people would die to do that.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and then, we get those questions in January that says, how come you're not running your tours now for apple picking? That's like, well, the apple only grows on the tree for a short period of time. That's right.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're doing travel trade shows. We're doing full marketing. We have a new website that we launched this
I
summer.
love your site.
So that's really attracts people. We're working with the travel writers. We work with film crews because that's a whole nother industry that comes to the Dutchess County and the Hudson Valley.
What type of movies are being filmed?
Well, there's different kinds of movies. There's some indie films that are around $1 million, $2 million. They're in the area. There's commercials that are being filmed. This year so far, we've had over 73 filming requests, which is up from 30. With 2 full independent films. One was named A Different Son, and the other Amy Makes 3. King Cobra. We've had Captain America. We've also had some other, TV shows like Pickers, and they were in the area. And Property Brothers weren't quite here, but they were down in the Westchester area.
Pretty close.
So it's close, and a lot of times too, even sometimes if films are being done in other counties, because we have hotel rooms and stuff here, we get people to stay here, and they're using our caterers.
Yeah, and it's not just one night. This is 30, 40, 60, 80 days.
It takes a lot to put a movie together.
It does, and there's a really nice budget that comes along with that. So
it is.
Thank you for all you've done for me personally and for our community. And that leads me to another question where I've always wondered, who lives here? What type of celebrities actually live here?
Well, we've got all kinds of folks that are living here, and James Earl Jones has been a resident here for a long time. Bette Midler's in the area.
Bette Midler, she's my favorite.
Liam Nelson, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Paul Rudd. There's a lot of folks that are in the area.
A good mix too. You got some more drama focus and some comedians.
Well, if you ever get a chance to meet Bette, make sure you let me know, okay?
Well,
Introduce Michelle. That would make her happy.
well, I think one of the reasons that folks come here is because, one, it's just a great area.
It really is.
But I also think, that our residents respect and honor who people are, so that you can come here, you can live here, you can have a daily life here, and perhaps they have an opportunity Valley Wine and Food Festival. Coming up, we have Sheep to Wool in October, which is a huge event. And if you've never
heard about that.
Kind of the first time I went, I thought, but I tell you, it blew my socks off, and they're still off.
So what is Sheep to Wool?
Sheep to Wool is a setup where vendors from all over come, and if you're into knitting and crocheting and looking for different wool products, they have people there that are spinning wool, they have sheep, they have sheepdogs, they have conferences and workshops, and it's amazing. So
How did that end up here?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think it's because of our facility. You know, Dutchess County Fairgrounds is probably one of the best fairgrounds, not only throughout New York State, but, you know, in the Northeast. And it can handle people. Andy and the crew up there just does a wonderful job.
Sure do.
When vendors come or shows come in, they work with them. They're able to provide the space that they need. You know, Country Living magazine came up a couple of years ago and actually moved from another state to come here.
That's unbelievable.
Because of the facility, and they've come back.
They're great to work with. We recently interviewed them,
Oh.
and Andy was a fantastic guest.
Yeah.
Full of knowledge, too.
Full of knowledge.
He's got the knowledge of the whole fairground,
Yeah.
so they've been there, Sheep to Wool, all the holiday seasons are coming up, and then we also, in next week, and we want to invite everybody to come out.
Yes, come out.
Fireball Run.
Woo, can't wait.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Fireball Run.
Well, Fireball Run is an eventuality TV show that really highlights and works for recovery of missing children.
Oh.
And since they've been doing the series for over 10 years, they've aided in the recovery of 47 missing children. Wow. But this is 8 teams racing 2,000 miles, doing 8 cities, a 26-series show, and it's kind of a cross between Trivia Pursuit, Amazing Race, Adventure TV, and History Channel.
Okay.
That's amazing.
So there's about 6 or 7 sites in the county that teams are going to be going to. In the morning, if you're a team member, you get an envelope, and in the envelope is trivia.
That's cool.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
You have to figure out the trivia. And then you go to a particular site and you engage in an activity. But we want to invite everybody to come out on Wednesday night, the 28th, to Beacon around 4 o'clock.
One of my favorite places.
Because all the cars are going to come in. We're going to have a red carpet and a stage, and we're going to have some bands, and we're going to have some events going on. But all this is going to be live streamed over the internet. And so we have to make a really good showing.
Well, what a great event to have in Dutchess County.
I will be there. You can count me in.
And the
Can't
next
wait.
morning, we want everybody at 7:30 to come to Poughkeepsie, down by the City Hall in Poughkeepsie, because the teams are going to leave, and we want to give them just as great send-off. So we'll also have some bands and entertainment going on, and this is all going to be filmed. And then they take everything and they create their series, and then in July or August of 17, the series will be released. It'll be available on Amazon.
Sweet.
And then in 6 different international countries, it'll be shown on TV.
That is amazing.
So
That's amazing. I can't wait.
we think it's going to live. Once it goes on Amazon, it lives.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Fantastic.
So that's happening, and then of course in November we move into Hudson Valley Restaurant Week.
yes.
My favorite week of the year.
All he does is talk about food.
Yeah.
For Restaurant Week,
Probably in every episode I have some sort of mention, but Restaurant
all he
Week is
thinks
one of
about
my
is
favorite
food.
weeks of the year.
I've never met anyone who likes food so much.
We have the benefit of having, the culinary here in Dutchess
Yeah,
County,
everything is-
and all the restaurants that bloom up from the culinary, and so many different places to eat, all good.
We're spoiled.
So many chefs that graduate from the
Yes.
culinary stay in the area
Yes.
and open up restaurants. And the culinary itself continues to grow. They had this wonderful beer event that just happened. It's happening in October. So it's coming up, and with the Brooklyn Brewery there now,
Yep.
they're teaching how to make beer. So they're adding to their curriculum. But
unbelievable.
even talking to them the other day, and the science, I think we think of the Culinary Institute of America as training chefs.
Yeah.
Well, that's not all they do. There's
Exactly.
such a science in airline foods and in other foods that are prepared, and there's this move now to really make them good and better. So our chefs that are being trained here are being trained in the sciences as well, and they have quite a science lab if you've never seen it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's
I've never thought that too.
That's
really kind of amazing, and of course their expansion in the West Coast and what they're doing, and down in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you have a facility like that in your area, and they can draw from all the others and bring in conferences, and they do a number of big conferences there throughout the year, which
We're
just
very lucky.
again helps fill our hotels and everything. So lot going on.
So Mary Kay, where can people find out more about these events and more about your organization?
DuchessTourism.com.
Check it out.
Check out.
They can stop by at 3 Neptune Road, and we have a whole brochure display there, but there also are 19 locations throughout Dutchess County where there's a rack of brochures that we service every couple of weeks and keep them filled. So no matter where residents are or visitors are coming into the area, there should be a brochure rack pretty close
That's
by.
fantastic.
Mary Kay, thank you so much.
Thank you so
We
much
appreciate you
for
joining
being
us.
a guest on the show.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Well, we want to thank Mary Kay Vrba for joining us today. A lot of great information about Dutchess County, and we certainly thank her and her organization for helping bring some tourists and some dollars into our county.
Yes, thanks for the new announcement. Over $500 million.
That's a lot of money.
That is an inconceivable amount of money. So thank you so much, Mary Kay and Dutchess County Tourism. And you can check us out next Monday on wakeuprhinebeck.com. We'll see you then.
See you next week.
Bye.